I'm gonna try and turn these $100 into $1 million, and we gotta hurry up because the market is officially open. 9:45 on Monday, and we already have the account ready to go. So to actually come over here to the markets, and we have GBP JPY, which earlier we had the notification of price reaching our area of interest, which was this alarm right around here. So price notified us that price reached to that point. So now that we're here and we've had the pullback that I've been anticipating, I go down to then the lower time frames, such as the 1 hour, and I'm going to be looking for a bearish engulfing area at this level, something like this right here. This is a beautiful bearish engulfing candlestick, engulfing the previous one. Look at that beautiful move to then the downside. So I'm going to be looking for price to engulf this candlestick right here, the bottom of that candlestick. If it engulfs it, I'll pretty much be looking to enter the trade, and then I would have my stop loss right around here, and then probably my take profit right around somewhere here, where I would have a minimum of a 1 to 2 or a 1 to 2.5 risk to reward ratio. So London session is probably going to start in about an hour and a half, more or less. If I stay up, I catch it. If I don't, I don't. It is what it is. If I don't get that bearish engulfing candlestick, I will not enter the trade. I'm going to be very patient because the first trade is pretty much the most important one. It's going to get me out of the hole. So I'm going to be very selective on the first trade. Let's go look at the other markets actually. So next market is GBP USD, and you guys can see how earlier today this market was literally at the high, and the high of this market is where we are anticipating for price to break and retest under the zone. So we actually hit the bottom of that zone and we weren't able to actually retest it. This is what it looks like on the daily. So the daily looks like it has a very nice daily doji, which is good because this is indicating that the market has hit a high point and it has stopped. The market hit a high point and it stopped. Now it can potentially start having a reversal. So you're seeing how the market starts creating these different type of patterns where you can almost predict what's going to happen next. So here you can see that we've had the daily doji at the strong level of resistance. And if I actually come here and this level of resistance, I double tap this line, this box will pop up right here. And this is actually a round psychological level, 1.30 thousand. It's actually a little bit more above than I would anticipate, but you can see right here, round psychological level, 1.30 thousand. Or like the smart money concept guys would call it bank zone, order block, whatever bullshit they want to say. It's a level of support and resistance, same shit. So we go over here now down to the 1 hour, and you can see how the 1 hour has created this strong level of support here. And what we are going to literally wait for is this. So as of right now, we have already had the push down. So I removed this leg on the push down. Now we just need the actual break of it. So we need something like this, retest, and then we'll be entering the trade to the downside. So GBP USD currently loading. Euro GBP next, we have this level of interest right here, waiting for price to have the pullback, to then head to the downside, just simply waiting for that to then make its way. And then lastly, we have GBP CAD, which where did it go? And then GBP CAD, which I just found it just got lost for whatever reason, is going to be the next pair. And as you can see, we've had the continuous push to the upside. What we were looking for mainly is on this 1 hour time frame. What we were waiting for is for price to have a break and then a retest under this level here, so then we can actually enter the trade to the downside. So this is basically a little bit similar to GBP USD. Just look, if you were to look at GBP USD, if you were to look at the market here, this is GBP CAD. If we look at GBP USD, it actually already had the push. GBP CAD hasn't had the push just yet. So GBP USD technically ahead of it. That's why I'm more interested in it. But right now, 1 in the morning, the only trade that we're actually about to enter is GBP JPY, and that candlestick did not close engulfing, so we have about 57 minutes for this next candlestick to close. I'm gonna wait for it, and about 57 minutes is gonna be 2 in the morning. So if we enter the first trade, set and forget. If not, I'll see you guys tomorrow in the morning. All right guys, good morning. It is currently July 16th, Tuesday morning. So obviously we stayed up last night, so about like 3 in the morning-ish. Sebas knocked out, I stayed up to catch this trade, and it was for no reason, because, let me just explain. So first of all, let me show you guys the market right now. So you guys can see, we are currently in the position And this is literally the max that I can honestly risk on the account. Even if I wanted to enter a position right now, it would not let me because I don't have enough leverage. My leverage right now is 1 to 500. So this is the max that I can literally execute on the market, which is, what is that, like 1.2 lots? So let me show you guys the market on the trade. So last night, remember that I explained to you guys that I was waiting for the market to have a body closure under this line right here. So we had that body engulfing candlestick, and then I pretty much entered on the little quick pullback of the next one. And now that was for no reason, because all of London session, as soon as I fell asleep, literally did nothing. I'm on 3 hours of sleep for nothing. Oh, let's show them the time. Currently it is 8:25 in the morning. So what does that mean? Slept 3.5 hours.
It's an amazing first day.
We're doing this again. We're doing this again. We're doing this again. But the point is that now price is pulling back into the area where we entered. Usually what should happen is that as soon as we enter the trade, it just goes down with the momentum of the session. But now we haven't. But it is what it is. Enter the trade, set and forget. My prediction is that now from here, it is going to go down. So this is basically what I want to show you guys here, is just basically this candlestick look like it's pulling back into that area, but we're just gonna honestly set and forget. Next is GBP USD. We had a little bit of this break right here that we were anticipating, but if we were to look at it on the 4 hour, which is this time frame right here, we did not have that body closure under this box, which really the box should be right around here, but obviously on the 1 hour it would be around this level. We had the break, and on the retest, no engulfing candlestick, no trade. That is the importance of following the trading plan. You can literally stay up all night, wait 3 days for the trade. There's no entry, no trade. As of right now, this was not executed because there was no opportunity. And then Euro GBP, we're waiting for the market to have its pullback to this area, which we are still actively waiting for. And then lastly, GBP CAD, which we've had the push all the way to the upside. Basically at this point, we have not had the break and retest under, so we are still just actively waiting. The only position that is actively live right now is GBP JPY, and all we gotta do at this point, set and forget. To update the time, it is currently 8:27 in the morning, Tuesday morning. So I got it 1 minute ago, positive $15. Now we are about to hit margin call on the account 1 minute later. But this trading is so funny, dude. Oh my God. All right, so trade up there right now. It looks, so as you guys can see right here, we are currently pretty much about to blow the accounts. We're about 37% right now. And it looks like this candlestick is making highs right now. So that's a very strong 1 hour bullish engulfing candlestick. Oh no. Yeah, that's not good. So if that candlestick closes like that in the next 20 minutes, because we have 20 minutes left in this candlestick closure, we're pretty much cooked, because then the next candlestick would just, and we're not even halfway to our stop loss, and we're already down pretty much a third. So, you know, because you have to count in spread, commission, and all that shit. Yeah, if this trade goes up, we're cooked. But it's okay, because guess what? We just do it again. It's just $100. All right, guys, market update. I'm on the camera right now. Sebastian had to go do whatever he had to go do. Trade is looking well. So this is a trade update right now. So we are currently sitting at around $131 in profit. And the trade has literally had a beautiful rejection from this area right here. We've had a little bit of a pullback, so that candlestick did end up indeed closing engulfing, but not above this structure point or that one, so that was good. And now we're pretty much just set and forgetting. GBP USD, on the other hand, which was the other market, it literally had the retest on the lower time frame, and then it had the push. We're looking for that retest on the higher time frame. It just didn't happen. It happened on the lower time frame, but the movement is actually happening. Euro GBP still hasn't made it here, and then GBP CAD, it is waiting still for this break and retest to then head to the downside. But GJ, which is a trade that we are actively in right now, is looking very well. And then the current time right now is 12:49 p.m. So as of right now, set and forget. Probably gonna go eat right now and then potentially hit the gym. Had Zoom meetings all day. And then probably a little bit more Zoom meetings. It's the reality of my life lately. It's just trade, meetings with the guys, and then gym, sleep, repeat. Fun life, right? Sometimes it is. All right, guys, so trade update. It is currently 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and the trade right now currently looks like this. So literally right around break even. The daily candlestick is looking like a bullish daily candlestick. 4 hour looks like some bearish rejections, and then you can see right here how the trade is literally break even. All right, guys, market update. It is currently 10 o'clock at night, and the markets are not looking that good. The account is not looking that good, but it doesn't matter. We're gonna set and forget throughout the whole entire night. We don't have to stay up watching the market. We already stated to enter the trade. Now we simply just set and forget. The trade either hits our stop loss or hits our take profit. So the account's not looking that good right now. You guys can see that we're currently down about $32 on the account, and that is because the daily time frame closes a bullish candlestick. So as you guys can see right here, the daily bullish candlestick was very strong, and it engulfed this previous one, and the body still didn't make it to these body structures right here. So this next daily candlestick could simply go a little bit higher than the other one. The 4 hour has had 2 strong bullish engulfing candlesticks, which are not, well, this one's engulfing, this is just a bullish candle. That is not good, but what does look good is the 1 hour. So the 1 hour is clearly creating accumulation and rejecting at this level. We just pretty much have to set and forget. What I really want from this candlestick right here, and it's what it's looking like it's doing, even though it still has 53 minutes left for it to close, we need this candlestick to close like a bearish engulfing like this one, so then that can then give it the movement to the downside. So as of right now, we're currently down $35 on the challenge. We just have to set and forget, and then wait for the market to either go back into profit or simply blow the account. Next is GBP USD. So GBP USD, we had the little quick retest earlier, but we did not have the movement to the downside because we had this pullback above the area of interest. We want to have the retest and then the rejection under this level of support and resistance. Then the daily time frame close as a daily doji. So I always am a strong believer that these dojis always get that wick filled. You see this wick right here? Filled it. See this wick filled? Now I believe we can fill this wick to the downside, and then this is where I'm going to be waiting for a little break and retest under to actually be able to be interested in this trade. So I'm going to be waiting for something like this in order for us to actually execute on this trade. But obviously I cannot enter this trade because I'm maxed out margin on GBP JPY, so I can't really do much other than just let the other trade play out, but just updating you guys on what the markets are doing. Lastly, the Euro GBP is now on its way to the area of interest. We haven't quite made it there yet, so there's nothing that we can do. And then GBP CAD, if you guys look at it on the 1 hour time frame, which is the time frame that we're mainly looking at it, we still haven't had that break and retest under, so I am simply not interested at all. There's nothing that we can do. GBP JPY, it's what we're in right now. We simply have to do one thing, and that is set and forget. So I'll see you guys tomorrow in the morning, and let's see how we wake up with the account. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry to announce that we have reached the goal for the week. Actively right now, we are currently up $330, you guys can see here. So last night, literally what I said happened. One second. So look, check it out. GBP JPY, right after that 1 hour bearish engulfing candlestick, literally the whole momentum throughout London session was that bearish move to the downside. Had my take profit set at a 1 to 3.4 risk to reward. So meaning if I risked $100 here, then I would have made $340 right here. As you guys can see, that is literally the math that is happening right now. Now, some of you guys may be asking yourselves, why didn't the trade take me out at my take profit point where I have it? Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is the whole point of set and forget. I don't ever actually put the take profit numbers. So I never actually plug in this number because I want to maximize the risk to reward that I get on the trade. I always put the stop loss because I want to cut my losses short, but I never want to cut my profit short. So even though we obviously, you know, we're probably up like $600-700, this trade did end up putting back a little bit. So right now we are at this point right here, and this trade is giving us a 1.38 risk to reward. Beautiful bearish move. The trade played out perfectly. Daily time frame, we have a beautiful bearish engulfing candlestick. Everything playing out perfect. So our goal for this week was to turn $100 into 200. We're actually up $400. So we just hit the target for this week and for next week. So we're